Hey, what's good, everybody? For all my listeners out there today, man, I got the opportunity to sit down, man, with an incredibly gifted community activist, man. He's also America's best barber, America's best barber coach. I mean, I'm gonna let him tell the story, you know what I'm saying? But I'm in the building with him, you know what I'm saying? And me and LB gonna sit down, baby. He gonna tell you, man, what it's really all about in this barber game. You dig? So a lot of y'all think y'all know what y'all doing. A lot of y'all think that y'all got some tricks, you know what I'm saying, or some techniques, you know what I'm saying. But listen, man, I got the real deal in the building today, baby. He gonna explain to you all on how he does what he do, man. How he stay relevant in this game today. LB, baby, what's good, man? How you, man?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad you got me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
On your show, man.
Yeah.
Been looking forward to it for a minute.
Absolutely.
You know?
So let's start off like this, man. Let everybody know, man, where you're originally from and how long you've been putting your work in, man, as far as in this barber game, baby.
Oh, wow. Man, I'm from Chicago, South Side, Allgale Gardens Projects, migrated to the Harvey world. The city of Harvey, that's about 8 minutes, 12 minutes from the gardens.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I've been at this for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, this year actually make 40 years
wow.
that I've been putting in work.
Wow.
I started when I was 12.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
You know, I know you're looking like, man, wait, 40 years, man. You look 35. No, but I've been at it since 12, since 7th grade,
yeah.
8th grade, cutting on the porch
mm-hmm.
in Allgale Gardens at 10 o'clock at night, at midnight with mosquitoes biting. You know, gotta cut my cousin hair. You know
hey, man, listen, this real go town stories right here, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with all that being said, man, at some point, like, you know, everybody don't want to be a barber. Don't get me wrong. Some people got skills. Some people do what they do, right? Mm-hmm. Why did you want to be a barber? Like, all the different things that you could have been growing up when you was growing up in.
Right.
Why did you choose to want to be chopping on folks' heads?
Hey, you know what? That's the best question, the best interview question I've ever heard, man. Okay. Because most people assume that I wanted to be.
Okay.
I didn't want to be no barber.
What?
Man, and I started out cold blooded. Like
mm-hmm.
I knew how to put designs and pictures
wow.
in people's heads, like the New York symbol.
Yeah,
I did that 2-3 times. Somebody had Chicago Bulls logo, every logo you can think of.
Right.
Boston Celtics, the leprechaun dude, the Bulls with the smoke coming out the nose, anything you can think of.
Okay.
My cockiness at the time was, man, don't ask me if I can do it, man. Just show me a picture and
wow.
You know, type thing. But
yeah.
And he still didn't want to cut. I knew how to do that before I knew how to fade.
Okay.
So
okay.
My passion was baseball. Mine was baseball, man. Hey, that was my first love.
Hey, man, we absolutely gonna get in that baseball.
That was me right there.
But we gonna talk about them early years, man, when you was cutting hair, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm from a place, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, you just don't choose to be what it is. Sometimes, man, it's just chosen for you. You dig?
Exactly.
And so now, when you was talking about doing the different logos and the different emblems and the different, you know, things in Cat's hair, that took, whether a person knows it or not, that took some type of artistic creativity.
Absolutely.
Which you saying that you didn't even want to be a barber.
I didn't even want to be a barber.
But not even knowing you probably can draw really well. You know what I'm saying?
But I wanted to be an artist. See, I'm matured to this point in the profession where I realized the light bulb went off. Mm-hmm. It said, you still an artist.
Right.
You know, our barber history books tell us that one of the early names that was given to us was tonsorial artist, the artist of the head. Okay. You know, so in art class in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th grade, I'm winning all the awards because I'm doing Snoopy, I'm messing with the paint. Right. You know. Absolutely. But I looked into it, I was like, man, it ain't really no real money in that. I loved it. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, it's a hit or miss. I'm thinking, you know, as a profession, right? So I steered away. But then I just took that same artwork, that same gift that God gave me, and just put it to the head. Yeah. I just used the clippers as my pencil. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know? And I'm glad you brought that out. You know what I'm saying? Because So when you're speaking about being creative as a youngster, you dig what I'm saying, and being able to kind of do different things, man, with your clippers, instead of using a pen or a pencil to paper, you know what I'm saying? Now you use the clippers to head.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And a lot of cats can't even put that concept in their head, even understand what that's about. You know what I mean? Because where you live at, that also can be a problem.
Oh yeah. We done seen it get bad real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know you push up in his cat's head, he gonna say it.
And it don't even have to get to that level. I seen the first barbershop I cut at coming out of King's Barber College in Chicago, #1 top barber school in the country, we believe. Right there on 51st and King Drive. But nevertheless, I was cutting at a barbershop called Bullseye.
Okay.
That was on right off 79th Street and King Drive. Those folks from Chicago know it was right across the street from a restaurant banquet hall called Captain Hard Times, right? Anyway, this dude coming up, man, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, on a Saturday, getting his haircut. And I heard the cat. No, I'm getting my stories mixed up. This didn't happen in Bullseye. This actually happened in Barber College.
Okay.
This dude said, "Hey, don't cut off my Eddie, man. He just running the family." You know what I'm saying? But dude, you know, the student, he cutting, he talking, he running around, he ain't paying attention. 30, 45 minutes into the cut, he forgot. The dude said what he said, man.
Cut my Eddie, yo.
Dude, man, cut his Eddie, dude. It took 2 seconds. It was over. It was over, man. We had to pull the dude up off. The student tried to run to the car and get a bat and everything, man. But dude, he gave me a PhD.
Yeah, but you know, that's why that's why I said, you know what I mean, like I kind of totally understood, you know what I'm saying, about the whole dynamic, you know what I mean, that goes with being in that environment, being a barber, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then not only that, but being a barber, as young as you was as a barber, right? So now, I'm getting ready to touch on something else that ain't nobody really recognized gets touched on, you dig?
Talk to me.
You a youngster, you cutting these heads, but you also hearing stories, baby.
Oh yeah.
You hearing a lot of stories about a lot of different things that's going on in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like you absolutely almost got the inside track on what move is getting ready to be made next.
Man, come on, man. Hey, we hear it all. We hear it all.
You know what I'm saying?
From stories from within the local police departments, the local schools, you know what I mean? The ice cream parlor employees down the street, you know, the mailman, the milkman.
And you know, you so I already know what it is. We already know what it is, right? So when you're in the hood like that, man, you cut your hair, you know, there's a whole lot of gangsters that sit in that barbershop or sit in that chair. You dig what I'm saying? So in order for them to even sanction you to be able to cut their head,
absolutely,
they gotta know that they can trust. They gotta know, you know what I'm saying? There's an automatic trust factor that comes with that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like I just can't sit down with you know what I'm saying, with some goofy ass.
Right. Hey, you had to have that level of trust. I was cutting one of the top gang chiefs out there, Gangster Disciples, Mini War. Okay. You know, I was cutting his hair. You know, when I was 12, 13,
right.
I'm putting all kinds of designs in his head. He really, you know, was one of the catalysts, you know, who helped put my name out there. As a matter of fact, come full circle after he did his time and got out, he wrote a book called Gangster with How to Go. Okay. That I wrote a chapter in. Okay. But the chapter was about how he paid for my first set of barber chairs, the first barbershop that I opened. Wow. You know what I mean? So, but it definitely was a certain level of trust you had to have messing with cats like that.
Absolutely, and then also too, you know what I'm saying? That also comes with a certain level of support.
Oh, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you just said, you got people from all over the community coming into your shop or sitting in your chair. You know what I'm saying? And we all gotta know, baby. Listen, you know, from where we from, it ain't all roses every day. You know what I'm saying? Like every day, you know. And then as a barber, you know, you going through some personal things yourself. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And we all know, man, it takes money to be able to progress to the level that you want to get to.
Oh, no doubt.
And so cats in your hood see that you do what you're doing, and they're gonna support you because they see you doing the right thing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's gonna tie into right. And that's definitely gonna tie into some of the things that we're gonna talk about later on in the interview. You know what I'm saying? Because you done did a lot of different things, man. You just sat here already one day. I heard 2 or 3 things, you know, said that I ain't know before, man. I ain't know you was writing and shit in other people's books and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And that book actually was narrated by Kanye West and Common.
See, this is what I'm saying, y'all. See, why we're here, madeMagazine.
I said narrated, it was for, you know.
Right. You know, we absolutely understand that, man, because we stay close to our peoples. You know what I'm saying? Because we stay close to our peoples, man, we get these untold stories, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, it be a lot of things going on that we don't never take credit for. We don't never raise our hand and say, yo, I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just comes with who we are. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So let's kind of keep moving on in the realm of you being the barber that you was. You know what I'm saying? As a youngster, you was cutting hair. You got real good, right?
Absolutely.
At some point, you said you went to, was it 98? You went to Barber College?
Yeah.
Man, listen, man, you fucking
Absolutely.
man. I know the same shit. I ain't, you know what I mean? Tell me a little bit, man, how that came about, man.
Man, so I really was at a crossroads because of the 2 felonies I had. You know, it was difficult for me to really get a good job.
Right.
And so when I did get a decent job, a few months later, I got fired. So I'm like, man, I don't want to have to go back to the streets. I'm coming out of that type of hustle. I wanted to hustle, you know, not have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, looking over my shoulder, you know what I'm saying. And that's when I decided to go ahead and go to Bible college.
Okay.
And it was a challenge. I just had my son, and I had no whip at the time.
Okay.
So I'm catching him catching the bus sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm catching the bus to take him, drop him off at daycare.
Yeah.
You know, because his mom, you know, had a work schedule at the time.
Right.
And then I'm leaving daycare, catching the bus an hour and a half to go to Barber College.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when people out there making excuses,
right,
you know, I always let them know, man, excuses are tools for incompetent fools that builds monuments of nothingness. And those who use excuses, I seldom good for anything but excuses. So, you know, you either gonna make excuses or you're gonna make money. Right. You can't make excuses and money at the same time.
Absolutely.
It just don't work like
Absolutely.
that.
And I love it, man. I love it, man, when you're speaking, man, and you put some wisdom to the different things that you're saying, man, because there's a lot of cats that be watching us. You know what I mean? There's a lot of cats that be emulating some of the things that we do every day. And sometimes we don't realize it, you know what I mean? But you just making a move like that, you know what I mean, kind of showed a whole bunch of other cats, man, that may have been having a down day.
Absolutely.
A down week, a month, or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But then they look at you and they say, yo, hell, they can do it.
Exactly. And see, and that's my whole mission. I wanted them to look at me and say, if LB can do it, I can too. Right. You know, I put that sentence actually in my bio. Yeah. If I wanted them to know, if I can do it, they can too. Right? Yes, sir. And I just wanted to take it to another level, help raise their standard. Especially coming from the streets, I wanted to help raise the professional standard. Right. So they can look at it like not just being a hustle, how to build a sustainable business. How can I scale this business? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, so that's when I decided to start wearing a shirt and tie every day. Yes, sir. I wore a shirt and tie every day as a barber. Yeah. For years, almost 10 years straight. Wow. You know, that was absolutely a change. And it changed my clientele as well. Yes, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? It took it to a whole nother level. Hey, man, we done talked about getting 2 steps ahead, you know what I'm saying? 3 and 4, you know what I'm saying? Look at that one and think about getting over on the 3rd and 4th one. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of cats don't really understand that, man. Sometimes you have to dress for success, man, or to adjust the part that you're trying to achieve, the things that you're trying to achieve. You know what I'm saying? It's out there. Matter of fact, I often tell the story when I started doing a lot of motivational speaking with Les Brown And I became this barber, and then he started throwing me on stage in front of 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 people. But I learned a lot, you know, speaking, you know, to these young guys. Yeah. You know, and it was just, you know, knowing that, you know, you don't have to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. Right. You know, absolutely. Most folks want the fame before they put in the work. You know, you gotta put in that work. Faith without work is dead all day long. Right, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And the first mistake, my personal opinion, man, you know what I mean, about a lot of different things, a lot of things that I hear and see every day, man, is that wanting to be famous, that fame. You know what I mean? It kind of warps the mind in a certain way. You know what I mean? But we ain't gonna get into all that. Oh, you know what? I had lost my train of thought. This is the story that I was thinking of. Okay. When I flipped the script and went to the thrift store, bought 10 shirts, a couple of ties. Because I said I'm gonna wear a shirt and tie every day. Right. For 365 days, no matter what. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Funny story. I was at Great America, man, at the amusement park with a shirt and tie, riding on the roller coaster, man. My friend was like, "Man, you for real, huh?" You know, but I was committed, though. You know, commitment is doing what you said you was going to do. Absolutely. Long after the feeling you said it and has left you. Yeah. Right. So I'm getting down shirt and tie every day. Walking to a bakery out there in Calumet City, Illinois, and that dude was, man, gators. He was suited and booted. Yeah. I said, all right, cool. This my walk up to him. Yeah. Because everybody who looked like they had money, I'm like, hey, how you doing? My name's W Lamont Brown. Take my shot. I'm a new barber. Want you to experience, you know, the best haircut you ever had in your life. Right. That was my line. Right? Yeah. I said, I'm gonna walk up to 100 people and say that same line, give them their card. Right. That one guy, his name is Rogers Jones. He runs a youth center out there in Chicago, in the Rosen community. That one guy, I met him in '98. Okay. I cut his hair 2 times a week, every Tuesday and Saturday. What's up, man? Full price. He introduced to me one guy. That one guy was responsible for putting $150,000 in my pocket. That's what I'm talking about, son. You see what I mean? Well, I know exactly. You know, yeah. Absolutely. So when you change, I had to change my mindset, right, to even want to put a shirt and tie on every day. Absolutely. To walk up to people who now I look like. Right. Absolutely. To get that bread. Right. And you're not afraid now. You know what I'm saying? It also builds confidence. Also, you know what I'm saying? Because and then a lot of people don't know. You know, you can't dwell on that no. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you're gonna get a gang of no's. You gotta take no's like vitamins. Like vitamins. You just gotta keep eating them. You know. So you know, let's stay on the college thing, man. When you went to college, was it tough in the beginning? You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah. Because coming out of the street, a lot of times, man, you're not really receptive to a lot of information. You know what I'm saying? Not because you think you know already, but because you sometimes feel like it makes you look like a certain way, or you need to be respected a certain. You know what I mean? Like I was that silly shit that be going on in people's heads sometimes. You know, I was motivated attempting to fulfill a dream promise I made to my great grandmother. Okay. She passed in 1991, the same month that I went to Grambling State University on a partial baseball scholarship. Turned right back around to funeralize her, and that was my whole motivation coming up to Little League. Like, I'm gonna get you a project. Yeah. So it hit me like, and I wasn't going forward. I wasn't as focused. Right. Certain things I was allowing to easily distract me. Right. And there was a lot of things I was doing on the street that I was still doing in college. Right. You know what I mean? I'm 100%. And then when I tore my ACL a year and a half into college, it was like, whoa. You know, the medicine and the things that they have now. Right. You know, to help recover. They didn't have back then. Back then, it was most of the time it was career ending. It was career ending. Right. Anytime you blow out a knee,
you know what I'm saying, or have certain ankle injuries, you know what I mean? Like, they write you off, you know what I mean? And now you can they feel like you can no longer perform the way you performed before that injury. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so yeah, man, but you was able to get through the college thing. Huh?
Absolutely. So I just pivoted, that was the first time I experienced not being able to play baseball since I was 6 years old. I've been playing since I was 6.
And we getting ready to
you know what I mean?
Right.
So mentally I'm like, what I'm gonna do. So I pivoted, went back home to Chicago, transferred to a junior college, Triton College at the time. They was number 2 JUCO in the country. Coach Simmons and them was over there. That's where Lance Johnson from the White Sox.
Right.
He's there too, you know what I mean?
Right, so hold on now, let's swing this back now, because you're doing a lot of different things at one time. You know what I'm saying? But that's what a lot of us have done. You know what I mean? A lot of us have kind of played ball and went to school and you know what I mean? And been in the street and hustling and, man, there's a whole lot of shit that go along with us growing up from being around the way. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Where did the baseball thing? Because you've been playing baseball since you've been 6 years old.
Right.
And you come up in a time where baseball kind of wasn't as big as it was before you, but you love baseball, man. Where did the love of baseball come from? Because everybody don't want to play baseball. Everybody wants to get a basketball in their hand, especially from the neighborhood that we from. You know what I'm saying? You want to get a basketball, you can run real fast or something.
Right. It's like, what baseball? That was a rare passionate type of sport. Coming up, it was almost like that was a secondary sport for most people that were athletes, but it was my primary.
Right.
And it really came from the Little League baseball field that we had back in Harvey, Illinois.
Okay.
It was so nice. At the time, it was the number 2 Little League baseball stadium in the whole state of Illinois.
Wow.
It had the in-ground dugout.
Wow.
I mean, the tractor trailer used to pull the rake the dirt.
Yeah.
The grass manicure. The big Wrigley Field scoreboard. And they had 2 people up there changing the scoreboard like the
old days. Yeah.
Scoreboard. They announce your name. Next up, where you have Lamont Brown. We playing under the lights.
Yes, sir.
So it was really like, man, I want to play. So we was trying a local team so we can get on that field.
Right.
We want to feel like the pro before.
Absolutely,
we got there.
And then not only did you start at a young age, but you was really goddamn good.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You had some things about you that nobody else. Can you imagine that though? I know you can't because you live.
Yeah, I lived it, man.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Lord. For putting that it in me.
Absolutely.
Everybody
don't got it, man. Right.
I was sleeping in my uniform, man. I was sleeping with baseball. I counted all the seams and
wow.
There's 107 seams on the baseball.
Yeah, man.
I was in it.
You don't have to curve your tongue in here, man. You know what I'm saying? You can speak on the way how I felt to you, man, at the time. You dig what I'm saying? And so now you're playing baseball. You now what? So what y'all? Show my listeners, y'all don't understand something. He's not only playing baseball, but he's good enough. He's good enough to be scouted by different teams and schools and. Man, how was that? What was that?
Man, that was awesome, man. That was awesome, man. And you know what? It took a minute. It took a minute. I played varsity, 3 years in high school, and getting moved up and playing with with elite athletes, across the state.
Yes,
that was phenomenal. And as a senior, a leader. It still hadn't kicked in. I'm giving it my all. Our team wasn't that great.
Right.
So when your team ain't that great, you got to shine even more. Right. So I made the All-Star team, and I played with some guys who on the All-Star team who went to the league.
Okay.
Right away, like Cliff Floyd.
Okay.
From Thornville High School. He got a ring out there. He was drafted to the Montreal Expos at the time. And I'm gonna tell you, that feeling was this right here. It was playing against other players like Cliff Floyd. Well, I knew scouts was coming to see them. My mindset was like, they gonna leave thinking about me. Though. They gonna leave after they talk to me though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I had my best games. Right. When I played against the best. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because you know the reward that comes with this. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you know you better, or you feel in your mind that you better than. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Like you are one of the elite cats on this field. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And if you can't see it, then I'm gonna make you see it.
Absolutely. And they saw it.
Cause I ain't, you know, cause I understand all that. You know what I mean? Like when you, and I want you to talk a little bit about being around elite athletes, right? So a lot of people think, man, when you're an athlete, you know, it don't matter what sport you're playing. You know what I mean? That you can be lackadaisical about the way you approach the game or whatever. Yeah. And I need you to tell them different than that.
It's the mindset. Even in the barber game, it's like most people don't aim too high and miss. They aim too low and they hit. Right. You know, so it's like, you know, it's the mindset and everything. Yeah. You know, if you're gonna be a mediocre barber, it's because you are who you think you are. You know what I'm saying? You are who you think you are. Yeah. Your brain gonna believe what you tell it. Right. You know, it listens to you. Yeah. You know, it don't know the difference. Right. It don't know the difference unless you tell it. Right. You know, we went to the movies. We watch movies. Right. We sitting at a big TV screen. We pay $20-$30 for popcorn and some nachos, some rishi, and we watching it. And then whether they make us laugh or then somebody die, you know, and now we crying. Right. We crying watching it. But we know these are actors. Right. And actresses. Right. We know that ain't real. Right. But we responding emotionally like it did something to us. Right. Yeah. Because it did. Right. You know why? Because we allowed it to. We told it to. Right. We told it to. Right. Right. It didn't know the difference between that was real or if it was somebody that we didn't know get gunned down on the street. Right. No question about that. So we got to take control. We got to take control of our destiny because if we don't, we're going to allow other people to do it for us. Yeah. They're going to tell us who they want us to be. Right. Absolutely. Not only tell you, you know what I'm saying, but put you in a place in a box where they want you to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you don't got a decision anymore because you already surrendered your decision. You know what I'm saying? You already done gave it up. So now the decision ain't on you no more. Now I control what I need you to do and how I want you to think and where I want you to go and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And I'm so glad, man, that me and you had an opportunity, man, to sit down, man, and discuss these different things. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, man, me and you from a place, man, where there's a lot of different things that go on, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know, they don't understand, man, some of the things that we have to go through, man. Just simply going to school every day. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact, survival mode, right? Just the fact I decided to go to school today, you know what I mean, to learn this. They don't even know all the obstacles and to get back home. All the obstacles that come with this. You know what I'm saying? And to also be able to stay focused, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know you said, you know, when you was in college and you was going through a couple things, and you was playing baseball and all that, man. I need you to tell people, man, how you was able to stay focused, man. How you was able to kind of maintain, you know what I'm saying? Maintain your mindset, man, because you just talked about on what you need to tell the mind to do. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I need you to just elaborate a little bit more, man, on what it takes sometimes, man, just to stay focused and centered, man, on your own mission, man. Yeah, you know, what it was for me, and I think it's key, I think it's a common denominator when it comes to anyone that's successful, and it's really, you know, who you spend the most of your time with. You know, they say you can tell a person's income based on the income of the people who they spend the most of their time with. Right. You know, your sum total of that. Right. You know, and I just intentionally kept a handful of real solid guys around me. Yes, sir. You know, one of the groups, one of the dance groups I was in, we didn't just have a dance group, but we held each other accountable to manhood, fatherhood, education.
Yeah.
Our group's called Posse Up.
Okay.
And those guys, even to this day, we going 40 years strong.
Okay.
We still meet up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
all right.
mentors.
Right. So all right. So wait, now hold on.
We hold each other accountable for real.
Posse Up.
Yeah.
Where did the Posse Up come from? Was this an R&B group? Was this a rap group?
It was a dance group. At the time we was battling back in the 90s. We was battling folks like R. Kelly had a dance group called New Generation. It was R. Kelly New Generation.
Okay.
We was battling them guys at talent show. We was just trying to get on stage and get our bust a move. We had the MC Hammer pants, the rayon pants, you know what I'm saying? You know, we trying to get in there. Parachute pants, you know what I'm saying? You know, we used to win all kind of talent shows, man. We danced on that, those from Chicago, you know, about the Regal Theater on 79th and Stony, all the Red Fox and, you know, Albertina Walker, all the greats. The Patty the Bells and went through that. Entertainers, comedians, we had the opportunity to dance on that stage, perform. But we just remain tight, man. And we 40 years strong. That accountability is for real.
It's for real, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's you know, and I wish a lot more brothers would kind of I don't want to say sign up for that, but have a camaraderie with some other folks, man, that can hold you accountable for the different things that you do in your life, man. It makes you a better person. It makes you a better man. It makes you a better father. You dig what I'm saying? It makes you all these different things that have been lost. And I'm truly saying this, man, have been lost in our community. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, listen, man, I'm not gonna get into the whole diatribe, whatever, man. But you know, for me, and it sounds like from you too, man. Also, family is big.
Oh yeah.
In your box, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
There's no, because I heard you speak about your grandmother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying about how to make your grandmother proud. You know what I'm saying? Like that comes from a family of belonging. You know what I'm saying? Like I know about. You know what I mean? When you at grandma's house and uncles and everybody is one.
Grandma raised everybody. Everybody live with grandma.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying?
Was fed by grandma.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
you food every night.
Yes, sir, man. And so like I just wanted to say that, man, to make sure that that's not lost. You know what I'm saying? Or that's absolutely not forgotten, man, because along with the camaraderie of being with other people that held you accountable for the different things you do in life, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still can't forget your family, man. You know what I'm saying? You still can't. Your family plays a very big part.
That's the foundation.
The foundation, man, of who you are. You know, like so. All right, let's get back to the baseball thing, baby. You know what I'm saying? You was in baseball, and the reason why I wanted to talk about that, man, because you had a shot at the league. You know what I'm saying? And it's very rare. At least I didn't know many cats. Don't get me wrong, I knew cats that had shots at many different things, but a lot of cats really wasn't playing baseball. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you know. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They was hounding that rock.
That was hounding that, you know what I mean? But they weren't picking up that thing with the seams on it, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I want you to tell a little bit, man, about, man, your journey, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, and the different things that, you know, wasn't derailed by you, but I'm gonna let you tell it. I'm not gonna tell you.
You know what it fueled me. That was the first time that I really started to experience dreaming.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know, to get out the hood, you really gotta have a dream. However they come.
Right.
Mine came through that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And see, I used to go to the baseball field when wasn't nobody there. I used to walk around the field. Yeah. Talk to myself. Yeah. Picture myself. You know, playing on the next level, you know, and then my mom, she couldn't make it to a lot of my games, and then she gave me a card to keep with me. She said, just keep this with you, put it in your back pocket. It was a little poem called Don't Give Up. You know, so when I did have bad games, I might have 2 or 3, 4 errors in the game, and I'm losing because I don't write errors. Right. You know what I'm saying? I had something to reference, you know, too. But that fueled everything else. Because from that point, I knew it was possible. I knew other things in life was possible. Yeah. I'm 20, I'm in my 20s, I'm in my 30s having challenges. I always reverted back to baseball.
Right.
I was like, if I was able to make it through that,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? If I was able to overcome this and that, I can overcome anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And then like you said, not only that, you know, like I can almost put myself in your shoes, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, growing up, man, we all had those aspirations, man, of being an athlete, you know what I mean? Of being in sports and you played for your schools and this and that, and you was the man, you know, on the street yard, you know what I mean? In the schoolyard, you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
you know, everybody
want to pick you.
Everybody want to pick you, you know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
you know, I get that, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to let people know, man, that, you know, that comes with other different things, man. And then when the mindset, right, of being as good as you was, on the trajectory that you was on your way on, to be derailed by an injury, what was that like? Like that mentality. I need you to speak on how you dealt with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it had to be tough.
It was, and a lot of, and that's the reason why I speak on it, because a lot of student athletes, when they experience something like that, that's it for them.
Yeah.
And you watching from a distance, they might get into drugs, and you're like, man, you always look back and you're like, man, hey, I'm over there, he was the coldest, bro, look at him now. Yeah. Oh, boy, man, he could jump out the gym, but look at him now, because they hit that spot, and they didn't make it, and now they feeling like they let their whole family down.
Right.
Now they going into depression.
Right.
Now they going into isolation. You know, opposed to looking at those, you know, those L's as lessons.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And like my buddy Dr. Cortez Sims, I got a book out there called Blessings. You know what I'm saying? They blessings.
Yeah.
Like spelled BLESSONS. You know, that's a blessing and a lesson.
Yeah.
You know, we just gotta see what it is, because it's all about building character.
Right.
You know, every experience should be a character building experience.
Yes, sir.
You know, where you can pivot, you know, and bounce back. A setback is just a setup for a comeback.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes, sir.
You know, and I had a couple of nurse friends, doctor friends, a couple of paramedics friends, clients over the years. We talk, and we often had a conversation, because I was challenging them on some of their medical education, right? And I said, I told them, I said, hey, I read something that I want you to tell me if it's true or not.
Okay.
I just was recently reading that, you know, a broken bone, once it's repaired properly,
right,
that is stronger than it was before it was broke.
Right.
And they be like, man, they like, you read that, huh? Yeah, is it true? They like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You know, a broken bone.
If it's repaired properly, a lot of times we don't repair the brokenness that we experience in life properly. Right. Because we run from therapy. Yeah. We good. We go to church and say that's all we need. No. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We go to church but don't have a conversation or a therapy session with the pastor or outside therapist. You know, we try to walk through this brokenness. Yeah. And all we doing is really offering a broken reflection, a crippled reflection of ourselves to everybody who we meet. Yeah. And we never any good for each other. So a lot of times when barbers or cosmetologists or makeup artists or estheticians, a lot of times when they're looking at why their business is not growing, why certain systems are not growing, and they're trying to figure it out, and they're spending extra money and trying to do this or trying to do that, and it's still not working. A lot of times it's not working because it's not a business problem. It's a personal growth.
Man, listen, man, I want you to get to that, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Problem.
Right, no, so I knew we was going to...
You ain't growing.
You ain't growing. How
your business ain't growing. Your money ain't growing.
How's anything else around you going to grow? Man, listen, man, I want us to get to that. Yeah. I wanted to kind of wait to that. You know what I'm saying? So, because you done got me excited now. You know what I'm saying? So, what is the biggest mistake you think, man, you see barbers make when they trying to turn their skill into a business or into income?
The biggest mistake they make is to continue to treat it like a hustle. That's the biggest mistake. You can't have a hustle mentality and a business mentality. You can flip it. You can grind in your business.
Right.
You got to treat it like a business.
Right.
And that's the biggest mistake. They're trying to stack their money. They're trying to do this, that. But if you like treat it like a business,
right,
your business mindset is going to say, okay, I need to be disciplined,
right,
with my money.
Right.
You know, they want to just, spend their check because they know they're going to make it right back.
Right.
You know,
right.
But they just walking around with holes in their pocket, in a sense. You know what I mean?
No, what?
Because it's like, this is the point right there. So when I talk to barbers about the discipline, I ask them questions that my mentor asked me, right, that really got me into coaching, because when I started to see the lack of information and education that most barbers have, and that's the reason why, they can be in the game 10, 15, 20, 30 years and still haven't invested into any retirement fund. Right. They don't even have a SEP. They don't even know what SEP means. Right. They don't even know that SEP means self-employment pension. They don't even know they can pay into their own pension or into their own 401k, even as a barber. Let them know it, what I mean? So it's those things that really hinder the growth and the development of barbers really benefiting from their career after a while. So if you treat it like a business, you're going to approach it like that, right? Yes, so one of the questions my mentor asked me, he said, Lamont, how much do you make in tips every month? I'm like, huh? What? He said, how much you make in tips every month? I said, I don't know. He said, I know. That's the same question. That's the same response I had when my mentor asked me. Right. He said, track your tips every day, every week for 3 months straight. Right. Don't miss a month. Don't miss a day. Don't miss a week. Right. So I'm like, wow. It took me about 5 months because a couple times I was missing. Right. When I finally, okay, he said, how much you make? He said, take the 3 months that you did consistently, divided by 3, give me the average. I told him, I said, I make $1,600 in tips every month. He said, I was making almost $1,900 in tips every month. He said, but that money never see any investment return, because you spending it, right? You make cash, right? You spend the cash before you make a deposit. If you're running a business, you know that all money have to be deposited in the bank in order for it to be accounted for. Right. Don't spend it at Papa Do's or a wing shop or another spot. Absolutely. Before you get to the bank, that's business practice. That's a hustle. Right. Because I'm gonna make it right back. Right. But if you operating with best business practices, you're gonna have different disciplines. Yes. You see what I mean? Absolutely. You're gonna have money, you're gonna have cash in your pocket that you just made from a barbershop, right, and you're gonna have a debit card, a business debit card. Right. You're gonna be disciplined enough to spend that. Right. That's gonna lead to track record. Right. But you don't get that cash gotta go to the bank. Yeah. Every day if I have to. Absolutely. And then there's another side to that, right? So with those same tips that you got, right? Like you just said, you could put that anywhere. You could put that in a 401k. Oh, yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. He said that he took the money he's making from tips. My mentor paid his mortgage. The housing insurance was included in his mortgage. Yeah. His car note and his car insurance, and still save for a vacation, and still have money, another $200 a month that he was investing into a retirement fund. Yes, sir. That if he kept for 20 years, he had $260,000. See, and this is why compound interest. With compound interest, this is why we do the things we do, man. We speak to people that we do, like Lamont. You know what I'm saying? Because it brings light to a lot of cats that don't even know that, or not even that. Just the fact of being able just to change the way that they think about it. See what I'm saying? So a lot of them never even thought about that. You know what I mean? Like, and they're like, oh shit, LB is right. What if I would have did? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because they're already getting the paper. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're already getting the paper. So what are you doing with it? Like this, you have no structure. No structure, no system. No system. You don't know what you know what I'm saying? No discipline. You're hustling. Yeah. If I get it, I get it. If I don't. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to make it up from it. No, man, it don't work that way, man. That's why you look up on the thing, man, and you see a price list, man. Right. right. It's the price. And even intertwined in personal business. Yes, sir. Yeah. Get you a EIN, LLC, business account, run it all through that opposed to
and
best practice.
Best practice. I mean, there's so much. Me and you gonna talk. We can talk about, man. You know what I mean? Like you know, just like you said, you know, to go back to what you were saying about the way that you think about different things, and the way that you apply your mind skills to the different things that you do. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as a barber, right? Here's another thing. Because like I said, I'm in that space, and I be seeing cats, and I be watching, and I try not to say nothing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, nigga don't want to feel like you trying to tell him what to do about his. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you just gotta fall back and be like, you know what I mean? But listen, what I'm saying to you, man, why would you be a barber? Why would you be a barber for 5, 10, 15, and never get your own? Why would you be able, you know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you invest in yourself is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
If you already a barber, you already know you good. And I know you understand this 100%. And you already know you good as you. You know what I'm saying? You're barbering in a space where you're paying someone else to barber in that space. Right? More times than not, the space ain't no good if you ain't in the space.
Right. Absolutely. Hey, it all will revert. It's gonna always revert back to the mindset.
Yes.
It's always gonna go there. That's always gonna be the root.
Yeah.
Because Oliver Wendell Holmes said once your mind has been expanded with an idea or concept, it won't be satisfied to going back to where it was.
No, absolutely
not.
So
it's the mind. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It has to be forced to expand. Even Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
Albert Einstein said that the thinking that has brought me this far has created some problems that this thinking cannot solve.
Right.
So he was a genius and understood that his own thinking couldn't solve the problem that his own thinking had created.
Yes, sir.
He himself had to get some fresh thinking.
Got to get some,
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what we have to do even as barbers. We got to get a new mind, new mindset because people would talk themselves out of being a boss.
Right.
They say, well, no, I don't want to have my own because I can't come out with all the headaches. every reason, and there may be headaches.
Right.
But there's reasons why they have headaches.
It's going to be headache.
There's solutions.
Right.
To decrease that.
Right.
You can be an absentee owner, never step foot in the barbershop and still get paid.
And still get.
I just set it up correctly.
Yes, sir.
With no headache.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The key is trying to figure out how in this industry can I make some passive residual income without me cutting, but I'm still making money from this industry, whether it's retail, whether it's ownership, you know.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be 65, 75.
No, listen, man.
I ain't invest no retirement. I ain't got no spin-off business.
And we talked about a lot of this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of what we talked about today, man. A lot of cats don't really have these conversations, right? They are scared to, for whatever reason. You know what I mean? They maybe are scared to approach somebody to ask those questions. You know what I'm saying? Like for or they may not be fucking got around to thinking about how to.
Yeah, let me tell you.
You know what I mean?
I talk to a lot of barbers, a lot of these trade shows.
Okay.
Whether it's Orlando trade show, the premiere out there in Orlando, whether it's Brown Brothers, you know, the IBBC,
yeah,
you know, all of them, right? Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. And this is the majority of the response. Most barbers are trying to or attempting to go the easy route or the slick route, or no, I'm only gonna file 20,000-30,000 that I made 20,000-30,000 barbering, but I'm gonna use my girl credit. I'm gonna use her income, and we're gonna still get out. But you want to file 100, 600, 800,000 out of crib, but you only filing that you're making 20,000-30,000. It's a way legally that you could claim that 110,000 that you're making and pay less in taxes with your CPA than you would have paid if you would have just claimed 20 and 30. Now you qualify. Now you can qualify for that house without having to depend on a female that ain't your wife.
That ain't your wife.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can depend on the one that is your wife. You know what I'm saying? You know? But
we're gonna keep it clean, baby. We're gonna stay in the box.
No, but if you rocking the roll, you know, y'all power couple, y'all making it happen.
Right. Right.
She'll have respect for you.
Right.
Hey, oh, you taking care of your business.
Absolutely.
Okay. You got insurance? You got health insurance?
Yeah.
You ain't leaving on my job health insurance?
Right.
I wanted to depend on her job because she might get fired.
No, and one reason why I say that, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of cats don't understand that, right? And I love, man, that me and you have kind of talked about that, about being a boss. You know what I mean? And how they find every reason why not to be the boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the headaches and because a lot of times it's lazy and they got to get up and go get it done. See, that's one of the main reasons why. You know what I'm saying? And then what they don't understand is, you know, why everybody always call me, man, when there's a problem?
Right. Right.
But if you're the boss,
hey,
then you're supposed to be the problem solver.
Develop your leadership skills. Develop your communication skills.
Yes, sir.
See, barbers feel like, most of them feel like they don't have to improve their communication skills.
Right.
Or know how to. Hey, there's an organization called Toastmasters International. You know, to help you improve your leadership and communication skills. My chapter, South Suburban chapter, Club 534.
Okay.
They help you improve on that.
Right.
I don't feel like they don't need to improve their leadership skills.
Right.
Right. When you develop personally,
yes,
when you
sir.
grow personally,
We talked about
your money gonna grow, your clientele's gonna grow.
Absolutely.
If you ain't growing, if your money ain't growing, guess what? You ain't growing.
You ain't growing. And
you don't have a coach. Some people say, I got a mentor, but when I discovered in my research, when most barbers or beauty professionals say they got a mentor, they don't have no solid mentor, meaning that when I ask them questions, I'm not telling you spoke to your mentor. Oh, 2-3 months ago, I seen him at the hair show. Now, if you have a mentor, they're holding you accountable weekly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It ain't just no fly by night.
Yes, sir.
Get you a coach. If it ain't me, it's better be somebody.
Better be somebody. And not only hold you accountable weekly, but as a mentor, as a coach, if there is a problem today, right?
Yes.
I should be able to call you
exactly
today.
Hit me up.
I should be able to, and without no hesitation. Like this, I shouldn't be feeling apprehensive about calling the cat that I know that I can speak to.
Text, email, call.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I can communicate with to help solve my problem. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because one of the things of being a leader is, right, so a lot of people don't understand that there's a difference between being a boss and being a leader, right? You know, some people want to be a boss and boss want to give orders and have people jump and hop and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But a leader is one that actually can help guide you, show you how to get it done. You know what I'm saying? And not only get it done, but we'll do it first.
He's going to lead by example.
He's going to lead by example. You know what I mean? Like, listen, man, y'all move out the way, man. Let me get this in there, man. And there's the reason why they call you. There's the reason why they respect you. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why they call you with problems is
because you're a problem solver.
Because you're a problem solver. Hey, man. Listen, man. Sonny, what we do, what we at on time, Sonny? You know what I'm saying? What we out on time? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, what we doing? But I just wanted to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that's understood, whatever. But I need you to talk a little bit about some of the mentorships, about some of the shows that you've gone to and the places that you've gone to, man, to help motivate people. You know what I mean? To help motivate barbers and not just barbers, because man, you speak with a lot of wisdom. So I already know what it is. You know what I mean? When you first start chopping it up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Life allowed us to get here where we are right now.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, because when you hit me, I was like, what? You was like 365, what? You know what I'm saying? But look, I tapped right in.
Got right in.
You know what I'm saying?
You remember the conversation.
I remember the conversation.
A whole year ago.
Because it meant something when we had that conversation. You know what I'm saying? It was, man, go and tell the story, man, you know what I mean? About some of the things and the mentorships and the places that you go, man.
I've been blessed to have, taught barbers, and not just barbers, other beauty professionals in multiple states. Chicago, I started out in Bourbonnais, Illinois, teaching at Paul Mitchell Hair School, and shout out to Texas, a few years after that, and taught in Arizona at a couple barber colleges, taught in San Diego, California, at a barber college out there. And it's just a blessing when you can plant them seeds,
yes, sir.
And give your gift, back to the world. One of my favorite African proverbs is don't focus on the harvest you reap. Just focus on the seeds that you sow.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because those seeds will grow.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
One planter. You know. One planter. One water, and God get an increase. You know. So we just got to keep planting them seeds. And I've been enjoying my journey of being a seed planter.
Yes, sir.
You know, teaching in these classrooms at these trade shows. You know, making these deposits, you know, into these professionals' lives. You know, and seeing some of our former clients become professional barbers, saying, "Man, I was watching you." You know, those are real paychecks, bro.
Yeah.
Those are the real paychecks.
Hey, man,
that's real gratifying.
Absolutely, man, and it's food for the soul. You know what I'm saying? Because you understand what your mission is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand, man. That, man, if I can inspire one person, man, you know.
I feel like I done fulfilled my purpose.
I done fulfilled my purpose.
For even living.
For even living. I made my contribution to the world. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, because of the people that we are and the positions that we're in, you know, we know for a fact that it's more than one person that I've inspired.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, was it intentional or unintentional? It don't matter because it was done. You know what I'm saying?
And the seed was planted.
And the seed was planted.
And the seed grew.
Right.
And I've been blessed to have written, you know, a few books. My first book that I wrote was called From the Streets to the Stage, by the ABCs of Success. I released that back in 2008. And then I wrote one when I was in Cook County Jail. Okay. It was called Pursuing the Dreams. Okay. Detour County Jail. Yeah. My most recent ebook that I released a few days ago is called Why Most Barbers Money Don't Pile Up. So look, man, listen, before we listen, I need you right now to say that again to all of the different, because we didn't even talk about that he's an author and he's a writer and different books that he's written. You know what I'm saying? And so being that we're on that subject right now, let's not make sure that that gets lost. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. Let's make sure that does not get lost. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't somebody that's sitting in a chair just running his mouth and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a cat, man, that's actually been through the gauntlet. If you know what I mean, you dig? And so I need you to, LB, let them know, man, some of the books that you've written. Why most the most recent ebook, Why Most Barbers Money Don't Pile Up, that's going to be a real blessing to anybody that reads. Right. You know, and I got a follow-up book that was going to be the first one, but I had to delay it. It's called Business Beyond the Chair. Okay. You know, your fade is tight, but your business is raggedy. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk business beyond the check. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this in order, right? So, you know, I'm doing my part, you know, to help raise the standards of the industry. I'm jumping back out. This is the latest project. I was just telling my videographer, Cody, that I'm relaunching my mobile barbershop. Okay. You know, and I'm doing a little soft relaunch. Right. You know, in Cali next month. You know, for the Super Bowl. Okay. And then that following week, the NBA All-Star Weekend is out there in Los Angeles as well. Right. You know, so I'm gonna be under the radar, making that money with my mobile barbershop relaunch. You know what I'm saying? So hey. I'm moving like an Amtrak train with no gears, no brakes, baby. I have to move out the way and get on board, baby. And I need to have you all here, man, like, so everybody know, man, what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? How you getting it in, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, they don't understand, man, what it takes to do some of the things that you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they see you every day, and you know, hey, what's up? Little do they know, man, on how many things that you have on deck, man, and how you are contributing, man. You know what I'm saying, to life, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I say to cats all the time, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to do my thing, man, to help save the world today. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, hey, whether I be big, small, and you know what I'm saying, little man, I'm trying to do my part, man. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Come on, man. Right, you know what I mean? Come on, man. whole nother level.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
on the national level.
Well,
You're making it happen.
Right, and then I don't let that go to my head. I don't listen, man. Like I told you before, man, I'm rocking with the cat at the top of the pile or a cat in his closet, man, thinking he can make it go, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, if you're serious about what you're trying to do, man, hit me up, man. Let's make it go, baby. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
And so I didn't even get into me being going to Chicago a lot of times, right?
Right.
Yeah, man. Like, I didn't even get into that. Man, I love it. I call it something different. I call it Go Town. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man.
We got a lot of nicknames.
We got right. If my cats hit me up and they say, "Yo, man, I need you to come do it," I'm like, "Go Town." Oh, listen, man. I'm on the next thing. That's right, baby. Because I'm on the next. As soon as I hop off the plane, they take me to the station shop. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen, man. You know,
look at the wing tips, baby.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, but we ain't gonna talk. This ain't about me today, y'all. This is about LB, man. Oh, man, listen, man. I know we ain't got much time right left. I'm probably got about 3 minutes, something like that. Yeah. I need you to talk about, man, a lot of the different things, all in one, man, about the barber business game. On if they need to learn more about it and be successful about what they're doing, how they can contact you, and the different things that you may go through with them, basically as a curriculum, because a lot of shit that they don't know.
Absolutely.
And you're a man that absolutely can explain that shit too.
Absolutely. And I've been blessed to create some products, for the industry, whether it's the ebook, whether it's I got a self-study coaching guide, as well, and then I actually do one-on-one coaching, group coaching, video, as well, right online. So no matter where you're at it as well, I got you. I can help you take it to a whole nother level. Okay. And my coaching packages are actually broken up, in 4 categories. Whether you're a student, right? I got a boot camp coaching package for you. Yeah. You 0 to 5 years in the game. I got a career launching coaching package for you. Okay. You 6 to 10 years in the game. I got a growth accelerator package. Yeah. Coaching package for you. Yes, sir. You 10 years plus, business owner, salon owner, or manager. I got an executive coaching package for you. Okay. And we just take it on a whole other level. Okay. But we start with the mindset. Right. Right. And if I can end with sharing, with this, of course you can hashtag a family anywhere, on the web at America's Barber Coach, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or you want to email me, America's Barber Coach at Gmail, only if you're serious about taking it to the next level. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Right. Because every morning I wake up and I say these words to me. I say, I am successful. I'm more than a conqueror. I will not be denied. I will defy the odds because I put my trust in God. Absolutely. My mission is to be a faithful servant to God's people. Yes, sir. I'm going to serve my family first. Yeah. Then I'm going to wisely serve others. I'm going to help barbers and cosmetologists, take their barber game and their business game to a whole nother level. Yeah. Mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially, because one day I stood up and said I was going to be a man. Absolutely. Yo, listen, man, y'all heard it first right here on Media Made Magazine, man. Listen, but before we go, I need you to tell me one more time the logo, the link to where they can get to you, man. You know what I'm saying? America's Barber Coach. America's Barber Coach. You can hashtag it, you can DM my social media manager, get back with you, real quickly, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, or on the ground. No doubt, baby. So once again, you heard it first right here on madeMagazine.com. If you want to rock with us, man, you can always go to me. We everywhere. So let me just break this down for you. We on MediaMadeMagazine.com. We on MediaMadeMusic.com. We on MediaMadeTV.com. We on MediaMadeEverywhere.com. I just want to let you know, I got my man in the building, LB, man. You know what I'm saying? Lamont Brown. Let me just say this before we go, right? May you be blessed in all the things that you do every day, and may you prosper in each and everything that you do, each and every day that you do, my brother. You heard? Yes, sir. Yo, man, listen, baby. You heard it first right here on Media Made Magazine. Once again, it's San Gray. I got my man LB Lamont Brown in the building, and we out. Peace.